I need you to be actively listening to what I share. So by actively listening, my request is if you could put your mobiles on silent, and whenever you like something or whenever I share something and you like that, I want you to maybe slowly raise your left hand or just say a yes, yes in your mind if you like that. Because when you do something active, that is when you register that point. So right now in this room, all of us are doing something and we're doing that unconsciously. You know what is that? So we are all breathing and we are breathing unconsciously. And I wasn't aware of my actions regularly until very recently. And even today, there are various times when I'm acting unconsciously because this is a lifelong race. This is a lifelong race. There are days which are good days. There are days which are really bad days. And like in my diary, today morning, I'd made a note that yesterday was a day when the WhatsApp really gripped me. Right? But it's really, really important that we become aware. We become aware and we make those changes in our actions. When on a flight back from Australia, I was reading this beautiful book called Happy Teachers Change the World. And while I was reading this book, I stumbled upon a mindfulness retreat happening in Dehradun. And the moment I landed in Mumbai, I noticed that I booked myself for that mindfulness retreat. And it was a splendid experience. It was an experience I cannot express in words. I had changed. I had changed as a person after that mindfulness retreat. And I was really enjoying that change because I could see that I had grown as a person after that. So like the people, I packed for the occasion. Packed all my white clothes, the bare essentials, and I packed for the occasion. The first day into this beautiful campus, this is the Vipassana Research Institute based out of Igatpuri in Maharashtra. The first day into this, it's a beautiful campus, very serene, hills all around, the clouds really come down, and it feels like you're in the middle of a very, very peaceful environment, in the middle of a jungle, right? So the first day into this, the next morning, you get up at 4 a.m. And you get up at 4 a.m., it is pitch dark. Okay. I did my morning business and 4:30 I was out of my room. 4:30 when I was out of my room, you have a torch because it is pitch dark, absolutely dark, right? You can't see anything. And at 4:30 in the morning, you know what I'm searching for? Every step I take, I'm actually searching for a snake, right? And to my surprise, in a couple of steps, I actually find a snake and I rush to the Dhamma hall from the other corner of the path. And about 1.5 hours of meditation, and I come back. Now it's bright sunlight, the sun is glowing, it is beautiful in the middle of a jungle. And I'm again back on the same path. Now, when I'm back on the same path, any guesses what would I be searching for? Exactly. So I'm searching for the snake. I'm searching for the snake again. And any guesses what would I find? I find a piece of wood on the path. So do you notice what actually happened? I had a perception that in the jungle you will find a snake. And my perception created my own reality. And then I manifested that reality. So about in the fifth day, what really happened? On the fifth day, something very peculiar happened. I've been doing mindfulness for about 6 months now. I had learned something called as mindful walking. Would you like to try a minute of mindful walking? Okay, can I request you to stand up? Can I request you to stand up and just close your eyes? Stand up and close your eyes. Breathe in. Know that you're breathing in. Breathe out. Know that you're breathing out. Notice the floor beneath your left foot. Notice the earth beneath your right foot. This time, while breathing in, raise your left foot up and down and notice the earth beneath your left foot. And right foot up and down and notice the earth beneath your right foot. Thank you so much. Sorry for that trouble, a small glitch, but this was exactly what I was doing. And on the fifth day, what happened is I noticed that while on this path, I kicked something. I kicked a small pebble. And when I kicked that small pebble, my teacher at the course had taught me that Siddharth, whenever something happens, you must do two things. Pause, notice your breath, and notice the different sensations in your body. So I do just that. And a really old memory propped up. An old memory when I was studying in Vasant Kunj. That propped up. I was playing football, and on the football field, I had actually kicked the ball from the corner of the field, and the ball went zoomed in into the goal post. I had taken admission in that school in grade 12. Nobody knew me. I was a nobody in that school. But that kick made that difference. I became a somebody from a nobody because of that kick. That moment when I kicked the pebble, I felt this exact same happiness from back in 12th grade, right? So there was some perception, right? So I want you to, so what actually happened is there's an action and I noticed my breath, and some Vedna is nothing but the sensations in your body, and an old memory props up and you feel happy about it, right? And your mind is actually rewiring itself every second. The mind forgets what is in between, and you relate the kick to the happy feeling or the sad feeling. By this time, I'm feeling like a scientist. I feel I've discovered something, right? So, like every scientist, I say that, okay, this is just one hypothesis. Let me try it again. So, I pop up a bottle. I pop up my bottle, which I'm holding in my hand, and I catch it and do the same thing again. And I get a really, really nice memory from back in boarding school when I'd taken a really high catch to dismiss my cricket coach. And the same thing happened again. And by this time, the scientist in me is telling me that this is no joke. This is something serious. You've really stumbled upon a discovery, right? So now the scientist in me is telling me, let's try something negative. Let's try a bad feeling. And by that time, I walked and reached the dining hall. So when I look at tomatoes, I stay about 2 meters away from them every time because they only remind me that people are throwing them on the speaker. So I have never eaten tomatoes for about 29 years in my life. Never eaten raw tomatoes for 29 years in my life. Never ever have I eaten tomatoes. But this time I am a scientist. When I enter that mess, I am a scientist. And this time what I do is I serve a big helping of dal, which has big chunks of tomato. I serve some salad for me, which is cucumber and tomatoes, some sabji, some roti, some dal, and I go and sit on my place. And the scientist in me takes a bite. The first bite is the raw tomato. And I do the same thing. And an old memory pops up when I was force fed tomatoes with rice. And that moment helped me shed my baggage. 29 years of hatred for raw tomatoes, I was able to start shedding from that one moment. For some of you, it might be a very, very normal thing, but for somebody who's not eaten tomatoes for 29 years, suddenly I go to my family and I eat a tomato slice, and my family, Siddharth, what's wrong with you? So what's actually happening? Our mind is rewiring itself every second, every day. Our mind is rewiring itself. Every second, every day, we look at an action and we say, good feeling, bad feeling. We do not understand what actually goes in between, within our body, within the mind, right? And so you understand now that when a child does not bring a textbook, that is an action. That action is not the bad feeling. Something in between is the bad feeling, and we are acting with unconsciousness. We are acting with unconsciousness every second, every day, and that is how we are affecting how India of 2040 will look like. That is how we are affecting how the India is growing up. And I'm sure this room has the power to change that. And I'm sure if all of us invest in consciousness, invest in mindfulness, this can change. So my humble urge to shed your baggages that you have and invest in mindfulness. This is the only way, and the only way through which we can improve our schools and improve the future of this country. Thank you so much.